All right, real quick. This is actually interesting. Just watching how it seems like black folks are still making the same mistake they made with Barack Obama. They're making with Hillary. They're going with this zero-sum game. They're going with, instead of it being, cultural pride over political accountability, it's just, gender identity politics with the first female president. But it's interesting. So Debbie Wasserman is out. She got caught playing dirty, which we knew she was doing from the get go. You've had Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary last week. You had Elizabeth Warren endorse him, and Obama was the first to endorse her, obviously. But the irony is, all three of them have made the best case for why she shouldn't be president, yet they've all endorsed him. One could make an argument politically that the Republicans have more integrity, like Jeb Bush and Ted Cruz, who won't endorse Donald Trump because they don't believe in his politics, they don't believe he's a good brand for the party, what have you, regardless of how you view it. In the context of politics, one could say that the Republicans have more integrity because Bernie Sanders and, like I said before, Elizabeth Warren have endorsed Hillary, and they have made, and these are in Obama back in '08. All three of them made the best arguments on why she shouldn't be president. But I think it's funny too. Is like looking at a lot of these black websites. I seen Trevor Noah tweeted some stuff to Bernie Sanders uh, followers saying, like, it's the shaming tactic thing going on right now, where it's like, yo, you gotta go out and vote for Hillary. You can't just vote for nobody. You can't just vote third party. I'm like, really? Like, it's like that. Like, I don't think, like, just based off this election, right? And just after what happened with Debbie Wasserman Schultz and how she got exposed, she got the boot, how they tried to play the race card by saying that Bernie Sanders' supporters are all white men. Ironically, Gloria Steinem, the Wicked Witch of the West, the mother of modern day feminism, she dumps down Bernie Sanders' support by saying, well, the girls are only there because the guys are there. So she just said that had anybody else said something like that, it would have been an issue, but she got a pass for saying that. So they played the race card with the white males. They tried to play the only reason why he has young female supporters is because the dudes are there. Then they tried to play Bernie Sanders because he didn't pull out fast enough, pun intended, because he wasn't in Hillary's ass for a little bit. They tried to play him and call him sexist because he wouldn't pull out sooner. Like, he wouldn't back out and endorse her quicker than he did. And you also had that situation where, he somebody in Hillary's camp made some statements about Bernie. Bernie shot back, took off the gloves finally, after saying they were going to do the whole clean campaign. And even though he didn't rape her like he could have came at her harder than he did. You could say Obama came at her harder than he did, and he took it easy on her. It is what it is. But with all that said, they still played him, they still screwed him, they still tried to characterize him and all that. And now they want Bernie Sanders supporters to come over and just go with Hillary, just to go with it. Like, if anybody out of any group has a right excuse not to vote for Hillary, it will be Bernie supporters. Because I'm just seeing, I keep seeing all these articles on black websites, black voices, that I said Trevor Noah did the thing, and it's just like I'm reading the commentaries, and it's just like all these excuses. It's just like, no, you gotta vote for Hillary. I'm like, really? And when looking at her record and looking what she did in Libya, under her leadership, you had a situation where Libya is back in the Stone Ages because of her advice. You look at what happened in Haiti with the minimum wage. They thought they was going to get a couple cents more. She gave them less money, right? So it's like, her policy-wise and what she's done to not only black folks here in America but across, pond, she's been bad. And none of that matters to Hillary supporters, though. So it is what it is. But I'm just looking. Every day I keep seeing a new article, or like I'm watching something now on the route, and they're talking about Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and all you see is excuses on, it's the Republicans' fault. They set this up. They knew about these emails and this and that. And I'm like, but you're still telling Bernie supporters to get on board when the information is showing you that they cheated the man out. And then they tried to play him as a sexist, and they tried to play his followers as being racial, not racist, but racial, because all his younger, whiter male supporters. This is just hilarious. And black folks did see this was an opportunity too for black people. You know, people have argued. Stephen A. Smith said this, and black folks ignored it. Malcolm X said it 50 years ago. How politically we're chumps, and we don't have any political capital. We're politically ignorant. One could argue. But if you really wanted to show the system like we wanted something different, if you really wanted to say, even though I'm not a Bernie supporter, it would have made sense to support Bernie, not Hillary. I mean, it would have said something. Like, it would have been, instead of having to go across and go with both Republicans or put our percentage of vote into a libertarian candidate, it actually would have said something if you voted for Bernie Sanders. But black folks didn't even do that. So they failed on that. Like, this was it was an easy, it's like saying, like, yo, you ain't even got to go to the other side and give them your vote. You ain't even got to sit out for an election, which are all things that should be done. Here's Bernie Sanders, again, who I don't support. I think he just says a lot of stuff that can't be done, doesn't add up. The math ain't right. I don't care about the whole situation where, you know, he marched with Dr. King back 50 years ago, which is all that was like, so what? A lot of socialists and communists marched with King back in the day. A lot of them broke off with him towards his demise, towards the end of his career. His popularity was down with everybody, not just the government, but black people too weren't feeling Dr. King towards his end either. So saying that, you know, Bernie marched with him, that doesn't mean nothing to me. But in context, as far as politics goes, this was an opportunity for black people to, because we collectively believe in socialism and redistribution and all that nonsense, and we believe the government has to fix our lives for us to do better. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some participation from the government, but it seems like we're too dependent. And if that's how we are collectively, and we are, it would have made sense that you voted for Bernie Sanders and not Hillary. I don't know. That's just my video. It's funny listening to all these Hillary supporters revert to the same language and all that, even though this campaign for Bernie was bad. Like, y'all did the man dirty, and y'all still got the arrogance of saying to Bernie supporters, like, you know, if you vote third party, if you sit out, or it's a win for Trump. Like, yo, so what? You got Republicans who won't support Trump, knowing that Hillary will win. Of course, I think that Hillary is less of a threat to Trump as far as Hillary's more part of the establishment, and I think, and she's a war hawk. If she's president, we're gonna go blow up some more brown people. All right, people talk about Trump wanting to ban Muslims. Hillary wants to blow some more of them up, as she helped do in Libya, and as she helped do when she voted for the Iraq War. I don't know, but it's just silly. Yeah, Hillary supporters gotta chill, man. You know, especially black Hillary supporters, like, y'all tripping.